Today's video, I have a really fun project to share with you to create a game that's perfect for gift giving or simply unplugging with the family. You'll need some cardstock, a printer to print the downloadable PDFs, and a deck of cards. Hi, my name is Jenny and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend it here with me. Today's project is a really fun one. Let's jump right in. Okay, so we're going to start off by cutting up the printables and then making a little folio for the printables to go into to play this game. You'll find the printables located in the description box down below. You can check out my website, pick them up there, and join along with me to make this project. Okay, first thing, you get two printables, one with the player cards and one with the rules of the game. Now, you can do this two ways. You can just print them and put them in the little folio, or if you have a laminator, you can laminate everything to protect it. So I'm going to make both ways so that you can see the different versions. So first thing, let's cut apart the cards. So I'm just going to grab my trimmer and I'm going to cut these little images out. And then I can use my corner rounder to round out the corners. I don't know why this is giving me such a hard time. There we go. Okay, first card done. And do the same to the second card. Okay. And now for the instructions, you could just fold it in half like this and glue it together, or you can cut them in half. I'm just going to fold mine in half. Make sure you get it nice and straight. You should probably use the scoreboard here. I was trying to do it quickly. I didn't get it very straight, so I'm just going to trim it a little bit. I'll round the corners on these as well so that everything is cohesive and looks the same. And I'll also maybe glue this together so that it's glued shut. I'll just use a little bit of glue stick just to glue this together. There we go. Okay, so now we have the gameplay, how the game is played, how to set it up, the rules, as well as the requirements, which are these. This is essentially two different games that you can play, and you play with the same rules and also the point values, etc. It's a really, really fun game. I play with my mom pretty much every day after dinner. So if you like to play cards, this is a really fun game. I'm also going to show you a really cool way how to package this up for a gift. So you could sell this at craft fairs or give this away for, special occasions, gifts, and, something that's not so technology based. Oftentimes we find that all of our kids and everyone around us is glued to their phones. This gets us engaging and playing together without technology. So super fun. Okay, so I am going to turn on my laminator and I'm going to laminate these two cards, but I also want something pretty on the back of these. I want these cards to match the theme of my project, and I'll show you the paper pad that I'm going to use to make this little folio. So I have this Stamperia Master of Magic. I thought this was perfect because it has all of these like sort of playing card themed papers. And I thought that was really, really fun. So I'm going to use some of these papers to create our little folio and to decorate the cards so that everything matches together nicely. So let's start with the pattern I'm going to use for the folio itself. And I think I like this one. I think I like this one the best for the cover. And then I'm thinking I want to do the inside as well. Because these are white backed, this is a maxi paper pad where you get all of the prints on one side and one side is blank. whereas oftentimes Stamperia paper pads are double-sided. So here you get, the opportunity to use all of the papers and not, you know, end up covering it up. So in this case, I'm going to need another piece for the back. So I want something sort of fun and whimsical. I like this, but I don't think it matches this very well. This is fun. Ooh. I do like this, but by the time I fold, you're not going to see that. So I'm going to skip that one. I think I'm going to use this one. So these are going to be for my cover. I need one more piece for the backs of my playing cards, which I think I wanted to use. I can't make up my mind. Okay. This is going to be for my front cover, and this will be for the inside of my cover, and then this will be for the backs of my cards. So that's what we'll do. All right, so I'm going to apply adhesive to the backs of this and glue it onto this paper and get it cut out. Okay, we'll do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I have all of my pieces ready to go. I have backed these with this really fun paper. This is now double-sided for our rules. And I have my laminator warming up. In my previous video, I shared this really super cute Q-Fun laminator. It's super cool. It's got all these fun tools in the top. There's a hole punch, a corner rounder, some binder rings, and a little paper trimmer. And it has a 13-inch opening, so I can laminate nice big projects. For today, I'm just going to laminate these little guys. The laminator comes with samples of laminating pouches. So there's some really perfect sizes for what I want to do. I have 3 of these ones, which is like a half sheet of paper of 8.5 by 11. So I'm just going to fit these into the laminating pouches. And then once my laminator is warmed up, I'll run these sheets through and we'll come back to build the little folio. Now, before I shut off my laminator, I just wanted to mention that in this project, if you have a laminator, you can create a laminating scorecard that you can use as a dry erase board so that you don't need a notepad and a pen. You just need a dry erase marker and you can keep score. And when you're done, you can wipe it away. Or you could add in a notebook into your little folio. So I'm going to make both, but I just wanted to show you. I have this smaller sheet of lamination, and I'm just going to laminate a piece of white cardstock for my scorecard. I just have regular white cardstock. I'm going to pop it into this little lamination pouch and run that through. Okay, so I'm going to trim the excess lamination off of these pieces later. So let's just set these aside and we'll come back to this in a minute and let's build the folio. So first thing, I need to cut both of my pieces down to 9 by 12 inches. So just gonna pull in my trimmer here and I'm gonna trim these pieces down to 9 inches. I'm putting them both together and I'm going to cut them at the same time so they end up the same exact size. 9 inches and cut. And I cut the wrong side, but that's okay. I wanted this to stay and put this on the inside, but not a big deal. Not a huge issue at all. So here are our 2 pieces. You could also laminate this as well, but I'm not going to bother laminating these. I'm just going to glue them together and maybe I'll run them through my sewing machine and stitch them together for more durability. But for now, I'm just going to glue them together and I'm just going to use glue stick to do that. So I'll glue these pieces back to back. Now, if you're not planning on sewing this, then use a stronger adhesive than glue stick. But because I'm going to sew, I think glue stick will be fine. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this piece and turn it into a pocket inside of my folio. So this is the front, and then this is the inside. So I'm going to make a little pocket here on the inside like this. But first, what I want to do is score it in half, and then I'm going to show you a cool little trick. This piece measures, it should measure 3 by 12. Yep, exactly. So I'm going to score this in half at 6 inches. Okay. And then I'm going to fold it together, make sure it's nice and straight. And then I'm going to cut a little arch along that creased fold. I'm going to make a little cut like this. I don't want to come all the way down here, maybe about halfway. So I'm just going to freehand this. I'm going to cut about halfway and then make a slight curve. Okay, so what that does is it keeps that piece together, but it allows us to have a separation. So when we glue this in, this is not going to cause any resistance when folding this. At this stage, we should probably score this too. So I'm going to score this at 6 inches. And I've got 2 pieces here. So I'm going to flip it over and score at 6 inches on the other side. And I'm making sure I'm pressing nice and firm because there are 2 pieces of cardstock here. And I'll crease that fold. And now when we add in our little pocket here, I'm not sure if I was off camera there. So now that we've cut that little rounded edge and scored this sheet, once we lay this piece on our project, there won't be as much bulk in the center creating resistance. So we'll be able to close this up with no issues. Okay, so now you can take either liquid glue or double-sided tape or go right to your sewing machine and sew in this pocket or glue it in, whatever you want to do. And everything will come together once that part is done. So I'm going to run to my sewing machine, put all this together, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I sewed this very quickly. It's not perfect, but you could do a better job than I did. I'm not the greatest sewer in the world, but it works. Everything is sewed in, and now that pocket is nice and secure. It's not going anywhere, and our book folds together nicely. So I want to round the corners to complete that look throughout the project. There we go. Our folio is complete. Now I need to trim down my laminated pieces and put everything together. Okay, so I've trimmed everything down. I've rounded all the corners on my laminated pieces, so nothing is sharp and dangerous. I'll put my scorecard in one side. Sorry, I'll put my rules in one side, my scorecard in another, and then my two games in the other side. And then we have this cute little Rummy Countdown folio. And when you want to play, you can use a dry erase marker and keep your score. And when you're done, you're able to just wipe it away. Over time, it will get stained, but it's not a huge deal. So then it becomes reusable and you can use it over and over again. Okay, and we put everything together inside our little folio, and we throw in a deck of cards and maybe a dry erase marker, package it all up, and there's a perfect sellable craft fair item that costs really a few pieces of paper, a marker, and a deck of cards, or a perfect gift for a family. Okay, so let's make it without any lamination and a notepad. Okay, so I have one sheet of paper. This way, we're going to score. So if my pattern is upright like this, I'm going to turn it so that it's sideways, and I'm going to score at 9 inches. Okay. And I'm going to turn it upright. I'm going to score at 6 inches. We'll just get that out of the way. Okay. Next, I'm going to crease those folds. Now, when you flip up this piece onto the inside, your pattern will be upside down. So keep that in mind if that's something that bothers you. Okay, now for this little piece here, we're going to fold it. And where the crease is, I'm going to cut my little angled pocket out of that. So I'm just going to go above that score line and pick a spot and create my rounded pocket. Okay, then I can flip it up and apply glue to this side and this side to seal everything together. So for this one, I'll use double-sided tape just because it's quick and easy. You want to make sure that you use something that's strong, that's going to hold up after you put your stuff inside of those pockets. So pressing in my adhesive, I'm going to grab my corner rounder and I'm going to round the corners. I just like the way that looks. Okay. And then I'm going to grab my printables and I'm going to cut those up so that they can go inside of my pockets. For the game rules, I'm going to score it in half at 5.5 inches. And this is just printed on 65-pound weight cardstock. And I'll just fold in half. And it looks like I didn't do that right. I don't know what's wrong with me today. Cut that off a bit. Okay, and then I'm going to round these corners as well. You can glue this together like we had done on the other one. Okay, now for this one, I'm going to slip in my card game rules and my 2 different games. Pop them into here. And now I'm going to grab a little notepad to slip in here. I get these little Amazon Basics legal pads, and I love them because they're colored. So these are really fun and cute. And they have a nice sturdy back that we can just pop right into that pocket. And look at that. All you need now is your pen. Let's say in this case, we're going to need a pen. So I have this fine point little marker. And I think maybe we should create a spot for that. What do you think? Or we could just slip it there like that. That works too. And there's your little Rummy Folio. You just add your deck of cards, put it in your packaging, and you are ready for gift giving or camping at the cottage. Unwind from electronics and unplug and play some fun family games. All right, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this fun project. Don't forget to check out my website if you're interested in getting those downloadable PDFs for your project. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend it here with me. I appreciate the support as always. Coming up on screen are some videos I think you may enjoy. Have yourself a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!